Hey everyone, it's Rara, and today I'll be starting a brand new playthrough of my favorite game ever, Satisfactory. I've tried to do a playthrough like this before, but my heart really wasn't in it back then. I haven't really played this game extensively since roughly sometime in Update 6. So it's been about a year and a half-ish really since I was grinding the game. But I am a longtime veteran, I guess longtime veteran, I guess sort of. If you count when the Steam release happened, I played like the week after it dropped on Steam. Yeah, if you consider that to be a veteran, then there you go. Basically, I've been around since Update 3 was the most modern build, and I remember being so excited for Update 3.5, or the water update build. All the footage you're seeing in the background right now is of my Mega Factory that I have worked on for a long time. A long time. Most of it was towards the latter half of 2020 and the beginning half of 2021, but yeah, it has been in the works for forever. Now, it's not the most impressive thing in the world, but it is my passion project. I have over 1,500 hours in Satisfactory, and I know there's people out there with way more hours, but needless to say, I am somewhat experienced with this game, and I know what I'm talking about. I have dabbled in most of the mechanics, and I feel it's my time to use my experience and my knowledge of the game to take a fresh step forward into the unknown. I haven't really messed around with blueprints, zooping too much, all these new things that have come out since update 6, 7, and as of, today, 8. So I'm excited to see how the game has changed and the fun things that await. Now, another thing before we get into this is that I built my Mega Factory as a Mega Factory. It's huge. But with the new additions of Lumen and RTX lighting and Satisfactory, it's hard to run the game anymore in my current save. Even with an RTX 2080 Super, I barely managed to eke out 30 FPS on middle of the road settings. But you know what? I'm gonna be playing with that Lumen on because it looks so much better. As well as the new change to Unreal Engine 5, I'm just so excited to try out a new world where we will not be doing a Mega Factory. I'll be building a modular factory, or factories, which, if you have absolutely no life like me, you would know that means that instead of building, one big thing, I'll be building small little hubs for items and then shipping them off to a central storage location. Yeah, as you can see here, this is my rerouter of resources, I guess you could call it. I take everything from the world here, and yes, I have conveyor belts going all the way across the world coming right here because I have never really dabbled in the truck physics because they're kind of wonky, to be fair. I've never really touched trains or drones either for long distance transportation, but that's changing. That's all changing today. I plan to incorporate trucks, trains, and drones and more into this new factory. So we're going to be trying out a totally different playstyle. I'm very excited to get into it. And yeah, I hope that you all are coming along for the ride. It's going to be great. So, first and foremost, we have the settings. Now, Update 8 changes a lot about the settings and a lot about game modes, which we'll be talking about for sure. They have changed creature hostility, so now it has 3 different modes. Default is, if you see a bad guy, they attack you. There's also passive mode where you don't get attacked, which is nice if you want to play without any dangers from the world, but we will not be using this as I believe that the creature hostility is a core part of the game, at least for the early to mid game before you're locked in your factory, walls up, completely sealed from the outside world, living that hermit lifestyle. And finally, there's the retaliate mode, which is the creatures only attacked when they are attacked, but I'm just gonna play on the default. I recommend an autosave interval of roughly 40 minutes. I find it to be like my perfect balance. For you, it can be 20, 30 minutes. It's just how much do you want to be interrupted by the game saving. Then there's arachnophobia mode. I will not be turning this on because as scary as the spider creatures are, the cats, as I've heard, are scary as well. I don't believe that arachnophobia mode really changes much at all in terms of the whole experience, so I'll be leaving that off. Now here's the big stuff. We're in the video settings. Now you can set whatever graphical set you want from low to ultra. I'll be playing at these settings with motion blur turned off because motion blur is freaking disgusting. I will not hear otherwise. I play at an FOV of roughly 90. This is where I like to keep it at. You can go higher for sure, all the way up to 120, but you start to get a very fisheye view of the world, and it really doesn't help. Now, in most games, that's not so bad. I'll often go up to like 100, 105 in most games, but in this game, especially if you're trying to keep like a nice, tidy, organized factory, it can be very off-putting sometimes when it looks like you're trying to place a conveyor belt at a perfect 90-degree angle, and yet all of a sudden it's kind of slanted and you think you're going crazy, but you're actually not. It's just your FOV is way too high. So yeah, I think anywhere between 80 to 95 is a perfect range, and I wouldn't recommend going lower or higher than that. But you know, feel free to mess around. I have a 2K monitor, so mine's going to be a little different from 1080p monitor, so just keep that in mind. As for the advanced settings, like I said, we're going to keep the global illumination on. This is their Lumen RTX lighting, which I absolutely love, on high with reflections. VSync off because VSync is garbage. And we're using TSR anti-aliasing with the performance preset. Now in the audio settings, you know, it's all personal preference. I like the factory to be loud. I want to hear the machines clunking away, doing their thing. Music and everything else can be a little bit lower. I'll also be turning on misophonia mode, which basically it helps for people who don't like the sound of others eating, drinking, those kinds of sounds. You know, I'm looking out for you people who have misophonia. As for controls, there's not much that I would change here. However, I would unselect hold to sprint if it is selected, because tab sprinting is always better in every game. You don't want to tire out your pinky finger holding the shift button constantly, so tab to sprint is always better. And then for key bindings, online, and debug, you don't really need to go to these. There's not much to them. Finally, in user interface, we have further accessibility options, like you can change the colors of your holograms, your dismantles, your clearance modes. These are the colors that I like to use personally, but you can set it to whatever you want. I'm going to be turning on the dark mode in the awesome shot because I'm a gamer and I have gamer eyes. And then last things are in the HUD. You can change different HUD elements, how big they are, the opacities, sizes of stuff. It's exactly what you'd expect, as well as large inventory slots and item revision if you so need. That being said, that about does it for us. So now we're going to be getting into world creation. Let's frickin' go, gamers! And oh, they have like little gifs now of each of the locations. This is not a thing before. There's also that shimmery effect when you hover over one. Very nice. Now, honestly, it says ideal for first-time pioneers, suitable for first-time, good for more experienced, and recommended for advanced. Don't listen to that at all. None of these areas are bad to start, and honestly, I think that the grass fields is probably the worst location to start, because there's a lot of very poor nodes in the grass fields area, in my opinion. I think that it's not the greatest. And although the Dune Desert is recommended for advanced players, I really don't think it is. I think that a beginner could have a wonderful time starting here, as there's a lot of very powerful nodes and just things about the Dune Desert. Now, there is a caveat, but I'll get into that. I won't be starting here though. I'm not one of those gamers who particularly is fond of the Dune Desert myself, but I have played here before and I understand its appeal. That being said, where are we starting, you might be asking? Well, not the Dune Desert and not the grassy fields. So that leaves rocky and northern forest. Well, I'm gonna say one thing. I love the northern forest. It is extremely powerful. There, like it says at the bottom here, despite these challenges, it caught our eye due to the richness of its resources. It has so many pure nodes in a small area, and it is absolutely overpowered for every stage of the game. If you build a mega factory, you want to build it in the northern forest, in my opinion. There's a very cracked spot with, I believe, 4 pure iron nodes right on top of each other in the exact same area, as well as 2 pure copper nodes and 2 pure limestone and 2 pure quartz, all relatively within like 100 feet of each other. Very broken. Very powerful area. But the thing is, everybody knows this. You know this. I know this. I've built here, and this is where my mega factory is located. So, in order to shake it up, we'll be starting in the Rocky Desert. I don't believe enough people play here. Usually it's in the grass fields, the Dune Desert because the desert, or the Northern Forest because of how broken it is. But I want to give Rocky Desert some love because nobody freaking plays here, and I'm gonna do it for this playthrough. You know, spice it up. Also, apparently, water is an easy commodity, and water is very important in Satisfactory, as you will come to see. Finally, before we get into character creation, there are some advanced settings that you can add, but you cannot go back if you start to mess with advanced settings. And they give you a little prompt. Now, in creatures, you can just disable spiders. I won't be doing that. I'm not going to be using any of these advanced settings, because I just want to play in a normal, regular, vanilla world, and give you the base experience of Satisfactory through my cringe eyes, I guess. For progression, it just allows you to skip to whatever phase of the game you want, and it's just very much like cheating, in my opinion. I would never do this, because like, the point is to start from one thing and get to another thing. You're just putting yourself at the end, but there's definitely reasons that you would if you're trying to make a video, you know, your YouTube tutorial, something like that, so it has its moments. And then don't even get me started on God mode where you cannot die, unlock alternate recipes instantly, no power mode, no unlock cost, flight mode, no build cost. This is all, yeah, this definitely takes away the point of the game for me. So we're not going to be using any of these things. Now, something that I really do want to touch, but I won't, is the keep inventory setting, where after you die, this tells you the game what to keep on your player. And for as long as I've been playing, it's been keep nothing, where you literally drop everything, all your equipment, all your items, all your tool belt on death. But the new default is keep equipment, which allows you to keep all of your equipment, and we'll get into what that means later. And then there's finally keep everything for people who want a more relaxed playthrough, I guess. Although if you really wanted to relax your playthrough, you would just turn animal aggression off, so I don't know. I mean, there's certainly options. And finally, the name. YT Playthrough. Very simple. Let's get started. Oh. Space. The final frontier. Attention. I kind of whining my neck here, man. Oh.
The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated.
Okay.
Fixit pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure.
I wish they were that easy.
Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4.
I don't like where this is going.
2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
I really don't like where this is going. Oh. We have a view. There's a tree.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
All reliable. That sequence is just awesome.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha.
Akicha.
I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission.
Like Ada from
You
Resident
are the third
Evil?
of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
Third? That's not a lot.
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
Okay. Initializing hints.
First objective. Please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub.
Okay.
Note: Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste.
Understood. So we press the F button, we enter dismantle mode. And anything that we hover over, we can see what it will give us. It'll give us that block. And we can hold down left click, dismantle. Real simple. Huh. And now it wants us to build the hub, I suppose.
Fix-It data and communication is recorded and stored in the codex, including these steps.
Yep. So if you ever need to look back on tutorials and stuff, you can press O to open the codex, or codex. I'm great. You can see recipes on how to make items, equipment, buildings, as well as tutorials for opening the codex itself, and among other things. If you click on it, then you will rehear
Welcome to Planet Massage 2.
I'm going to skip through that because I don't want to hear it again, but if you want to, you can.
Second objective. Please ensure you have your Fix-It.
I didn't mean to skip that. Basically what it meant is press tab, take this little thing, put it in your hand. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Third objective.
Little taser
Please
action.
Familiarize yourself with the resource scanner to find iron.
Iron, okay.
Note: the acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Got it. So you do have a health bar down there. It is 10 cubes of white health. Yeah, how it used to work is that your health regened up to the first 3 blocks and then it would stop and you had to eat for the rest. Now you have constant health regeneration, but your health regeneration is much slower.
This is one of multiple edibles we have detected in your vicinity, which are within approved nutritional and medical categories as established by R&D. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Yeah, those are barrel nuts. You press E to collect things in this game. I'm pressing shift now to run. And look at this. We're in a very interesting part of the map. As you can see, this game is very foggy. It always has been since I've been playing it, ever since update 3, and I don't know why there's so much fog. I really don't enjoy it, but I guess it's atmospheric for them, or people. So if you're like me and you think the fog is too much, especially since it goes through buildings and stuff and it just kind of gets in the way, you can press the tilde key, type in r.fog, space 0, and press enter. Voila! The world opens up and you can actually see clearly. It's insane. When I first discovered this like 3 years ago, oh my god, everything changed. Everything changed. That being said, they want us to scan to start collecting resources and getting the game going, alright? So let's press V, or hold down V, and move our mouse to the iron ore. It's the only thing we can scan for, so the whole circle is iron ore right now, but we just let go of V and we'll see on our HUD, our heads-up display, oh, right in that direction, and in that direction, and that direction. The first one is always the closest though, so we're gonna want to head this way to find us some iron. It's gonna be quite fire. Before we do that though, and before we really get started with anything, I recommend, no matter where you start, to just go around, pick up a bunch of leaves, flower petals, and wood. Just go around, mash the E key. This will be very valuable for you, and it will carry you through to the late game, and you will see why. Just do this for a good 5 straight minutes, and then you'll probably never need to do it for as long as you keep playing the game. So, yeah, just do it once, right at the beginning, just to get it out of the way. It's kind of annoying that you have to do this, but there are definitely reasons to why I recommend it. And yeah, so I'm just gonna walk around and do this for some period of time, and I'll get back to you when I have like a full inventory of grass. Oh, I will say really quick that they changed it so you no longer have to mash the E key, you can just hold down the E key now. I believe this has been a thing since the last update or the update before that, but it makes this process quite a bit better on your index finger. So you can just walk around holding the E key and just pick up as much grass and wood as your little heart desires. Look at you go. Look at this pioneer just taking the resources from the land. And oh, what a cave. Oh, is that a bat? I am scared. Running the other way. Another thing you can do if you're a gamer like me is Press the tilde key, type in stat FPS, and you can show an FPS counter. I've got my FPS locked at 30. I don't know why I have it locked at 30. I was hoping that would say 60, but I felt like something was a little off, so we're gonna change that real quick. Yeah, 60. And it wants me to keep my screen percentage at 60, but I'm gonna put that at 100. That's why that little fix-it video is somewhat blurry in some areas, because it had my screen at 60% resolution, which is not what I wanted, game. So, yeah. Let's press apply, and then things should look quite a bit nicer. For me and for you. Oh yeah, this is a much better experience running at 60 FPS, or not 60 FPS. Alright, so now I've messed with the settings and we are maintaining roughly 60 FPS for the most part. It is what it is. And now we're gonna be playing the game again and it looks much better now. Ooh, out in the wild I've come across my favorite little guy. Look at this bean boy. What up, bean boy? Now, fun fact, they're actually selling these as big plushies. I have purchased a huge, like, 54-inch sack of this for like $100-something or roughly. I don't even remember, but it should be coming soon. They're finally shipping, I hear. So that's exciting. Yeah, I also have a life-size lizard doggo, so that's fun. You'll be seeing pictures of that now. He's my little guy. Oh, I love him so much. Okay, I am far off the beaten path now. I don't even know where I'm at. I've just been collecting grass, just zooming, just grooving. And you know what? I think I kind of want to make a base somewhere around this water. This is a nice area. I dig this. And we have like this cave too, or like this big mountain near us. That looks cool. Oh. You know, there's much worse places to make a factory. And ooh, look at this. This is bacon agaric. It's a mushroom that if you eat it will replenish a full chunk of health. The barrel nuts replenish, I believe, a fourth of a health or a third of a health bar. Okay, disregard everything I just said. I'm remembering correctly now. Bacon agaric recovers 2 health segments. It says right there. I could have just read. And the barrel nut restores half a segment. There's also these red berries that restore a full segment, so that's like right in the middle of the two. Oh, more bacon. Love that for us. However, I will not be consuming any of it yet, as I'll try to be turning it into other things. What the hell is this? Did they add this recently or no? Oh god, I don't like this. Oh, actually, no, you know what? I have seen these birds before. I just didn't know they had that animation. What if I kill it? Oof. Rest in peace, man. I had to do it, though, for science. So, once your inventory looks a little something like this, I think you're allowed to finally get started. That being said, let's just scan for that iron. Oh yeah, where's that iron at? Okay, well, you know what? I actually walked my way towards some. This is perfect. Oh yeah, we're setting up base right here. Or, well... no. Actually, we're not making a base. Nuh-uh, I'm only making a central storage area. Gotta remember that. But, you know, of all the places to start a factory, this is not so bad. And we're going to be in one area for a little bit before we can really explore the world further. Satisfactory is cool because there's a lot of things you need to do in the world. You see that way in the distance? Can I like go into photo mode? Yeah, press P, go into photo mode, and you can zoom. That is a crashed ship, and it has a hard drive in it. What do hard drives do? Well, I guess you'll find out when we get to it, won't we? But there are over 80 of these in the world that you need to find for alternates. Oh, I almost just gave it away. You'll find out what they do later, won't you? Won't you? But yeah, they are scattered all around the world. And unfortunately, I don't have the map unlocked yet. And yes, you have to unlock the map in this game. But the world is huge. If you thought that the Northern Forest, the Dune Desert, all that, those were like different worlds, no. Those are starting locations all in the same world. This is not procedurally generated. It's all one giant map that is carefully constructed by a dev team, and we love them for that. And that's why I say that the starting areas don't really matter, because you can go to any starting area, regardless of where you actually started. But the cool thing about Satisfactory, as I was getting into, is that we're not going to be able to explore there just yet. You can if you really try, but right at this stage that we're in, not yet. And there are tools and equipment that you can unlock to put on your head, body, back, and legs, as well as your hands, because we're going to get other things other than the Xeno Zapper at points in the game that just help with exploration. That'll make things a lot easier. There's a little bean boy right next to us, and something else. Oh god. Unauthorized hostility towards Pioneer detected. Yeah, these little pods will shoot out these flying menaces. They only have 1 health, but they infinitely respawn until you destroy the pod. So you're gonna want to go up to it and just, like, mash it for a bit. There we go. And once all that's dealt with, you can pick up the remains of the hatcher. Yeah, that's fun. This is also a pure node. Love that for us. So these are 2 pure nodes of iron. And what that means is that we're gonna be able to get double resource extraction from this when we put a mining drill on it. Shut up, guy. I'm trying to explain something. Go away, bean boy. You're not wanted right now. That's fine. We're gonna corral him that way. I'm making a YouTube video. This is important. All right, we'll see him another day. But yeah, so these nodes that stick out of it, these rocks, you can break them by holding that E, and they're always gonna say pure on it. But these are not an indicator of what the node's quality actually is.
Fourth objective: build the hub.
Yes, thank you, Ada.
Note: to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution: ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Thank you, Ada Mommy. Alright, so once you break a rock over the resource node, then you can actually use it properly. I mean, at any point you could have just been mining away at the floor like this. But yeah, but the rock will always say pure. It is not an indication of the quality. You want to check the area that isn't the rock, you know, the surrounding areas for the real quality. And these qualities range from impure, where you will be getting half of the resources when using mining drills on it. Normal, which is 1 times, and pure, which is 2 times. You obviously want pure for end game, but in early game it doesn't matter too much. You can get optimal use out of even impure nodes in the early game, so it really doesn't matter too much when you're just getting started. However, if you want to have like a big main base and you don't want to do modular factories, then yeah, having pure nodes near you is going to be pretty nice. And obviously it's always better than having an impure node, just for every reason you can imagine. So yeah, we need to build the hub. When we dismantled the drop pod, we got the hub parts, but to actually build it, we need to press Q. And as you can see, we have special buildings, the hub. Now the hub is special because you can only have 1 of it. If you delete it, then you can place it somewhere else. It doesn't really matter where you place it. In this game, when you delete something, you get all of the resources that you put into building it back.
You have unlocked hub feature.
Come on, Ada, I'm trying to... Alright.
Hub feature, hub terminal. 5th objective, complete hub upgrade 1. Note: the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
Yes, they are. And we can get to that objective in a second if you just let me keep explaining stuff. Alright, so like I was saying, you get all the resources you put into building a building back. So if we dismantle this again, the hub is gone, but yet we get the hub parts again. So we can put it anywhere we want. And you know what? I think that wasn't a half bad spot. Maybe something like over here. But overall, I kind of want it to be a little level if we can with the floor. Yeah, this will be a good spot, I think. Having the iron nodes right there. So, like he was trying to explain, we have a craft bench where we can walk up to it and turn the things that we've gathered from the world into other things, like iron ingots. You can hold your left click to craft like this to make some iron ingots, which is great. But if you press the space bar, it automatically starts crafting for you. So if you just want to leave this on and go make a snack really quick or do something else, you can just leave it be and come back to it. Now, the one thing that a lot of early game players who don't know what they're doing mess up is they overuse the craft bench. You don't want to use this at all. You do not want to use this for as much as possible. Only use this as little as you possibly have to, because the thing is, we're playing a factory game here. And in a factory game, you automate things, baby. And doing this shit by hand, this is not optimal. This is not automated. I mean, I guess it's automated if you consider the fact that you can press spacebar and do the things for you, but like, this sucks. This is awful. As fast as you can, try to make it so you never have to use this thing again, or like very little. And also, we have the hub terminal. And the hub terminal is where you're gonna go to unlock different things in the game, like the equipment workshop, the portable miner, and inventory slots for hub upgrade 1. Let's select this milestone. And once we have 10 iron rods, we can insert them and complete the milestone. Now, iron rods, very basic material. We mined iron ore, we turn them into ingots, now we can create iron rods. So we'll just do that by hand very fast. All we need is 10, just like that. We'll shift click those in, and boom, upgrade hub. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Look at this. Love that for us. Love that for us. We've now obtained a personal storage box. We can put shit in.
Equipment,
like
portable
this.
miner. Inventory, additional slots. Hub feature, personal storage. 6th objective. Complete hub upgrade 2. Note. Portable miners require no power and will mine a node until their inventory is full. Note. Multiple portable miners can be used on a single node.
Alright, and with that, I think I'm gonna wrap it here. We have so much more to get into. We haven't even started the factory yet. This is what our hub looks like. What's gonna happen to it in the future? Oh, I just turned on the flashlight. You gotta press B to turn on the flashlight. I didn't even explain that. But yeah, so far all we have to our name is our craft bench, our hub terminal, and our storage box. How will things expand from here? Well, in episode 2, we'll get into automation and making a full-fledged beginner factory. So, I have been Red Fox Rara, and I hope that you're all very much excited for that. And yeah, I will see you then. You can follow me at twitch.tv/RedFoxRara, link in the description, to catch me live every day of the week except for Tuesdays and Wednesdays, starting at 11 p.m. PST, or 2 a.m. EST. Yes, I can convert time. If you live in another time zone, I don't know what your time zone is, so I apologize. And yeah, that's it. I've been Rara. Bye, everyone. See you in the next episode of Satisfactory.